All right, man. So, welcome to like beginning of the year training 2022. So, here's some of the new things that we have going on with like anatomy and physiology in the health science department. Some big changes. One, we're starting a new curriculum. So, we've been working on that all summer long with Patrick, and then the second thing we got going on is common Moodle slides. So all the whole district is going to be on one common Moodle slide. We're all going to share that Moodle slide so we can all take the same test, all that kind of stuff. And then the last thing we have, we're moving to, and this is what all the other like subjects have already done, but we have one set of daily slides that we're all going to follow. And so we're all doing the same thing from day one, and we're going to kind of tackle it like that. So,
Well, who's going to be responsible for putting together all the slides?
yeah.
How are we going to do that? Am I going to have to do it? We got new teachers. Am I going to be the one responsible? We have 3 campuses. What will we do about that?
Yeah, so I mean, I've put most of it together already, and it's just going to continue to go throughout the year. But all that's pretty taken care of, and it's going to be loaded up onto Moodle. So most of the legwork's already done.
Okay. How about as a coach, if I'm out for a tournament and I have to adjust,
Yeah.
or I don't like the assignment somebody else is doing, but what about when I'm gone? What do I do then?
Okay. So what I'm gathering is like you're kind of worried about the day-to-day things. Is that kind of the like frustration that you're expressing there?
Yeah, we have to adjust. How am I able to adjust if we're sharing it all?
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay. Yeah, and that's something I don't know if I really thought about. So, well, let's think about this. What if we break apart like units? Okay. Would you be okay? Are you okay with following everything that like is set up for us, like for each unit? Are you okay with setting up like doing what we're supposed to do, but you can mix it up however you would want? I don't know if that makes sense.
I think I would be open to that.
You'd be open to something like to doing everything that is in the unit. You just
But if I have to do the labs on this day, can I do them on this day, or do I have to get them done by a certain time?
got it. Okay, so that's kind of your concern right there. So let's do this. If you're worried about like following it like day 1 to day 2, and you want to be able to rearrange it, we'll break up the daily slides into units. And then you can rearrange day 1 and you'll just make a copy of those slides. And this way, if you're out for a game, you can maybe have like a lab when you're there, but then rearrange it to like a daily assignment or something that's a little more individual, less teacher oriented, less teacher focused on the days that you're out. Does that work?
I think that would be okay. Are we getting paid any extra to put all this together? You did some of the legwork, but what
So
am I responsible for?
I'll tell you what, all that will fall on me this year. And so what I'll do is I'll start reaching out as we go through. We'll meet every couple weeks and I'll kind of get input. But I'll be putting everything on the page, on the Moodle page, and I'll be putting everything, all the slides together and things like that. But if there's something that you want that you're like, I really like this from the last curriculum and I want to use this for the new curriculum too, then we'll start working that in there as well.
What about the couple of people that aren't going to pull their weight? What if they're not putting their ideas out there? Am I responsible for them?
No.
If they're whining about, I don't like this assignment. Why do I have to do this? I don't want to give a test that way. I don't want to grade a project. What do we do?
Yeah, that's a good point. I think we kind of just talk through things. I mean, I'm very open to different ideas. And I think that as we can if we can kind of come together, we won't all like everything that we do all the time, I think. But if we can kind of creatively come up with some different ideas, that's why we're on the schedule. I got us meeting every couple weeks just to make sure that we can look at the next couple weeks of planned. And if there's any changes that need to happen, we can do that. But that's going to be the time where we can kind of talk through those, different ideas of what we have and come up with some common plans moving forward.
So are our students taking all the same tests? Am I going to be evaluated compared to these other teachers?
Yes. Yeah. So one of the reasons we're taking different tests, or the same test, is because we want to be able to compare what one school does to another school to another school. Now, we're all doing the same thing, like work-wise, but the way you open a class or the way you close a class, that might be a little bit different. So when you make that copy of a slide, if you change up a little bit of how you deliver something, or maybe you have them working in groups, or something like that, then what could happen is like if your students do better on that common test, then what we'll do is we'll get together. We'll be like, what did you do? How can we change something? And again, it's just about working together to kind of create that one product that's going to be the best product.
Well, how do I maintain autonomy in my classroom if I'm being told this is what you're teaching and here's the test you're given? Do I have any say in what they're tested over or what they're evaluated on?
The tests are set, right? But yeah, tests are set, but you definitely have say in what we do. I mean, that's why we get together. That's why we come together to kind of talk through what we're putting out there to the students. It's about what the goal of this year is to kind of, even though the curriculum's new and most of that stuff's going to be kind of set as far as like the big stuff, we can always get together and kind of change things throughout and creatively come like to a common place so that we're all happy about what we're giving to the students and what we're doing. Does that make sense?
I could get behind that.
Yeah?
I
Does
can
that
get
work?
behind that.
Yeah. The main thing is just try to stay open. I'll try and stay open as well as to like what we do. And like the end goal is to just give the best product to these kids and deliver this material in the best way.
I could do that.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Yep.